All right, so let me show you how I like to edit a wedding video. So first things first, I do like to work in full screen a lot of times if I can help it. I've got my media pool over here. I like to organize things really simple: video, audio. Okay, so audio has my recorder in it and my lapel mics here. And then video has my B-roll and sometimes like the story, another bin here called story, which is just like the audio, key audio clips I need. Sometimes I don't really mess with organizing the video a whole lot. I just kind of keep it in one big bin and go from there. What I like to do when I'm editing wedding stuff is I like to work in DaVinci Resolve's color managed option here. And then when I'm finished with my basic edit, I go back and I take it out of this to do an advanced color grade here. But I start with this one here, and that just lets it have natural looking colors instead of looking like log footage, right? So it's this wheel key down here, and then DaVinci YRGB color managed, and you click save on that. So if it looks gray still and it looks like log footage, you might need to tell the computer where it came from. So you can select the clips you want to adjust. You go to input color space, you go to Sony, and then you tell it S-Log3. That's where all my stuff is shot in. Okay, and then it'll come back, it'll pop into this color space. So first things first, I get my color all lined up there, and then I like to create a timeline. We're just gonna create a new timeline here. Okay, and I usually like to put that in a bin. So call timelines. This just keeps the project organized. Okay. So the first timeline I like to create is called selects, and that's just going to be me sifting through all the footage and selecting what I might want to use for the edit. So now here's my empty timeline, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to sift my footage and try to get a timeline full of really good looking clips. Okay. So I've already done this for this project, but I'll just show you really quick. So here I've got all my clips. You can view it a couple different ways if you want to. I like doing it in list form, just kind of keeps it easy to watch through. I always keep two viewers on here. This viewer is for what I'm viewing out of the media pool. This is for what's going on the timeline. And then I'm just scrolling through using my JKL keys and my I and my O to mark different spots. And then I'm using the period key to pop it down on the timeline. So there's my first clip that I might like. I'm going to go to my next clip here. Is there anything usable here? Do I want to use any of this? I might use it right there. Okay. I already have these a lot of these marked because I've scrubbed through these already. So I liked this spot. I marked it I and O, and I'm going to pop it down on the frame here. And then I'm just going in chronological order here, picking the shots I might want. I'm fairly picky here because I overshoot, and so I only put it on if I really like the shot. Okay, I'm putting it on there, and I'm only using just kind of the golden bits of each clip here. Okay, these are all B-roll type clips, right? These are all things that we're going to insert maybe over the top to help tell the story. Okay, I've got a bunch of those B-roll ones here. I'm going to scroll down a little further here. These are all the getting ready shots. Okay, pop some of those in there. These are like first look type moments here. Let's look right here. So any key audio moments, I get the whole clip that's relevant. So this is her first look with her dad. This was her first look with dad. That's important. That's an audio moment. I really want to save that. All right. So same thing for like the ceremony. When we get to the ceremony is usually one big long clip, right? I'm just gonna put the whole thing in there because I want the whole ceremony, and I want to create a radio edit off of this ceremony. Next up, I like to label it with a color code, and I've created a little note here that I'll send you for this. But orange is getting ready shots, green is ceremony venue, blue is details, pink is bridal party, lime is dancing, purple is reception venues, olive is portrait, navy is speeches and ceremony, and then gold is golden clips, or like I must use this clip in the edit type moments. Okay, say this was all gold and I really wanted it. I'd press the keyboard shortcut for gold and I'd label it that way. So once I have all the selects that I could possibly want, and I put them all on the timeline, then I color code them so I know what I'm looking at, and I put a little marker on them. Let me show you what that looks like here. So I've got this selects already organized here. So right here, I put a marker using the M key, M key for marker. You just put it there and then it'll create a marker for you and you can name it and put the right color on it. So I've got my ceremony here. These are all ceremony venue shots, and I've colored these all this olive green color here to kind of organize those. Okay. Over here, I've got my detail shot. These are like up close shots of rings and things like that, or the dress, all the little details of the wedding. Okay, mostly rings. And then orange is getting ready right here. This is all the getting prepped, getting ready for the day. And then pink is the wedding party shots. So with the bridal party. And then blue is the speeches and ceremony. This is kind of the core part of the story here. So speeches and ceremony, this is what I build the edit off of initially. So this part's really important. Then I've got this green color for portraits. And this is just portraits of the bride and groom together. Some of them are solo portraits. And then I've got reception venue here, which is purple. And this is going to be just like the venue itself, the reception venue itself. Maybe some of these moments like this. And then lime green is dancing shots. I always get way too many shots of the dancing. And then that's about it. So let me show you how I kind of shift things around to organize them. I use the option key here and my arrows to get things in the right category. So say I wanted some venue shots here. These are all venue shots, right? Maybe I want to put the getting ready shot in a cluster of other getting ready shots over here. I can press my option key and I can move the clips around and shuffle them around the timeline to where I want them to be. Okay. Option Y is another great shortcut that'll select everything and let you move it to the right or to the left. So say I have another getting ready shot here. This is, yeah, right there. That looks like it's getting ready. I can select that, and maybe there's a series of them here, a whole little block of them that I've cut together, but I want to put them in this group of getting ready shots. I can press Option and arrow over to get those shots over there. Maybe I want my audio at the beginning. I can press and hold down that to get it towards the beginning. And you can do that with big blocks of footage. So that's the best way to organize everything into those color-coded selects segments like we talked about. Last of all, let's talk about assembling an edit. So the way I like to think about editing is I like to create my radio edit first, which is the audio, the core audio of the story. And I like to get that core audio placed first. And then only when I have the audio placed first and it's easy to listen to and I can catch the story just from listening through the audio, then I worry about the video that I paint on top of it, right? So it's called the radio edit. You're just getting your audio squared away first, worrying about, if I was listening to this as a podcast, would it make sense? And then you worry about your visuals. You get your visuals built up from there, and then you decorate it with some sound effects or whatnot on the bottom end of things, and then you can export it. All right, we'll get into it more in the next one.